stitches. This is probably the 10th time I've tried to film this intro because it is not working today. Yeah, welcome if you're a new viewer, welcome back if you're an old viewer. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, I'm Anna, I'm Icelandic. I've been living in the UK for about 15-ish years. Married an Englishman, got 2 kids. I'm a massive nerd. Yeah, duh. And I like to cross stitch, and I have far too many projects and patterns in my stash, as we will get onto in a moment. So I've been talking about doing a mid-year pattern parade, which worked out well because I kind of went down like a rabbit hole this month because I bought the app Procreate, which, if you're not familiar with that, is basically like a drawing app. You can do digital drawings on there. I've been wanting to get it for several years now, and I finally took the plunge. I don't know why, it was ADHD impulse or something. But yeah, I got Procreate, and I've barely touched my projects in the last few weeks, 2-3 weeks. But I've been having fun. I've been doing my drawing tutorials, and yeah, I might share some of that at some point. I need to like get some permissions for that. I don't know if I'm allowed to share. But if I ever get around to like drawing my own things, then I will share on here as well. So yes, pattern parade. So not whip parade. These are just patterns that are in my stash. Because I did a whip parade at the start of the year. I currently have, according to my Notion, 147 patterns in my stash. I have a problem. Yeah, and I don't think I've even put everything onto my Notion. Maybe. I think there's still a few that I haven't put up yet. But yeah, so we'll just start. I might have to fill this in several sections because it's going to take a while. Yeah. So let's start with the physical patterns kits that I have that aren't open. There's not a lot. I mostly buy online patterns. But I'm going to start with my first and only Bella Filipina. I bought this a few months ago. If you've been watching, you would have seen it. But I want this whole series. There's a bunch of like Disney princesses in this style. There's Jasmine, there's Belle, there's Cinderella. Is there another one out yet? I can't remember. I'll put something in here if I missed one, but there's several out, and my understanding is that there'll be more, but yeah, I quite like them. She's very pretty. I love the colors. I love the style. It's very cool. So yes, then the other, I have some like old patterns that my aunt gave me, which I think she got it from my like great aunt, and my aunt has passed it on to me. I don't know if I'll do all of, like, I actually have a bunch of ones that I'm not even going to put in this pile because I know that I'm never going to do them. But these ones I might do, mainly these ones, which are called, so there's the Enchanted Sleigh from Susan, there's a name for it somewhere, sorry, am I blind? Was on the other one. Oh yeah, no, here it is, Susan Brack. So yeah, so there's this lovely like Christmas sleigh, the Enchanted Sleigh, but you can see how old this is. Like, this cost $2.50 at AC Moore. Probably at some point, yeah. If I'm reading this correctly, this was bought in 1991. That's how old it is. And then sort of in the same style, well, in the same style, sort of a little set, because it's like book 1 and book 2. So it's the Noble Companion. So there's like Santa on a horse and Santa with the polar bear. So they're quite cool. I would like to do them at some point. I really like them. But who knows when that will be? Because I have far too many patterns. I have too many patterns in my whip pile. I have too many patterns in my stash. And then there's also, I have this one, Prairie Santa. It's not really my style. I don't think I'll do this one. Probably not. And then I have some from the Cricket collection, if you've ever heard of that. So mainly what I'm interested in doing is the mitten patterns that Cricket collection does. So there's like this leaflet that I have that has this like gingerbread man one, and then I have these ones. They're cute. And these ones that are like the A Christmas Carol. So it's like, which ones are this? So there's the Scrooge mitten, Bob Cratchit. I'm not going to show you the inside because I'll show the pattern. So the Scrooge, Bob Cratchit, Marley's Ghost, Ghost of Christmas Past, and Old Fezziwig. So this is like part 1, and there's a part 2 that has like the other ghosts and stuff like that. So yeah, those are the ones. So I have a bunch of the Cricket collection patterns and some that I've started. However, I got them off Pinterest, which was a long time ago, and I didn't know about like copyright and all of that. So technically I have them, but I don't really count them because I need to like properly buy the patterns. Because I don't want to be supporting art theft, you know. So yeah, that's my like start of getting the proper patterns for that. And then I think that's all of my, oh no, I was going to show this one. So I have this piece of a pattern that was in my mum's stash, and it is literally falling apart. It is so old. I'm not going to turn it around because it's literally the pattern there, but you can see how there's like the paper is falling apart, and my siblings and I have drawn all over this from when we were kids. But this is, I'm going to take a picture up here of, because I was able to find a picture of the it seems to have come from a like booklet or something. I don't know where the rest of it is. I only have this one, and it's called Perfect Christmas. It's very sweet. The only thing I want to do is I do want to do some color conversions. I prefer like a sort of wine red kind of style, sort of for Christmas stuff, rather than these sort of bright reds and greens that are in the picture. So at some point, like I've been wanting to do this since I was a teenager, and then kind of never got around to doing it. So yeah, I want to do that. I need to like convert this into a digital pattern before this dies. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's all of my, I mean, I technically have, I got this like free kit at some point. I'm not even counting it really. It's not on my Notion. I'm not really counting it. Yeah. So what I want to do from now is I'm going to try and, I'm going to keep talking through this video, but I'm going to try and screen record what the patterns are digitally. Yeah, we'll try that. We'll see how it goes. I might have to film this in some sections and do some chopping and changing, but we'll see how it goes. And hopefully I will be able to film this properly. Right, so here's where we're gonna start. I'm in my Notion, where I've got my project database, and this is where I've filtered by just the stash and organized them by designer. So we're going to start with Abby Sue Designs. So these are Link and Zelda, as you can see from the Legend of Zelda franchise. These are no longer available. She has stopped doing any sort of copyright patterns. She had a bunch of like Disney and various movies and video games, but she unfortunately has stopped doing them. But I managed to grab these before she did, and because I really love them, they're really cool. Next I have from Elisa Oknias. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. She does some really cool patterns. Can I zoom in on that? No, I cannot. Never mind. So I have her florarium, her mushrooms, and her Yule cat. I might see if I can stick pictures in over this to kind of zoom in a bit better, but yeah, I've got those three. She has a bunch of patterns as well that I want. She does really intricate, really cool designs, and I want loads more of them. Next I have this Vivi pattern. Vivi is from Final Fantasy IX. He's very cute, he's very sweet. It's a little baby that must be cherished. But yeah, I got that one off Etsy as well. I think the mini game stitcher had done this. She did say it was a lot of confetti, but I just think it's a really beautiful pattern, so I would like to do it. Then I have this one, Royal Blue Queen from Artsy Fartsy. To be honest, I'm 99% sure this is an AI picture and then converted. I bought it quite a while ago when I didn't realize about AI things and conversions like that, and I don't think it's a great pattern. I doubt I will ever do it. Then I have this one from Awesome Pattern Studio. This is like a little city design for Reykjavik, because I have the 4 city patterns that I'm doing. Well, I bought them when I was pregnant the first time. My son is now 7. They were supposed to be for his travel themed nursery. That never happened. But yeah, I wanted to have, because we've got London, Tokyo, Hong Kong, and there was a 4th one. Why am I blanking? New York. Because they were supposed to be places that me and my husband had been to. So yeah, that's where we're at with that. Then we have Brooke's books. So I have a bunch of her Advent animals that I've just listed each one, as you can see, but they're quite small ones. But then I also have her like Disney princess pattern. I say Disney princesses, they're, you know, they're not technically, you know, the ones. But yeah, have I not put all of them in? Oh, I haven't put all of them into my Notion. I need to fix that. So yeah, I'll put in the rest of them. I might have to like put in a snip of video for this because I'm missing several of them. Like I know I have Elsa. There's definitely more of them. Which ones am I missing? Anyway, doesn't matter. So I've got Brooke's books here. These the Brooke's books ones that are in here are the ones that I haven't started, I think. I feel like oh, here we go. That's why. Never mind. Right, there we go. Right, I've moved into a different room because the Wi-Fi in the study is terrible. And my tablet wasn't happy with it. So yes, I found where the other Brooks Books patterns were. They just weren't loaded. So yeah, here we go. We got all the rest of the Advent animals. And then her Disney princess is one. So Rapunzel, Sleeping Beauty, Snow White, Little Mermaid, and Elsa and Anna. So yeah, someday I'll do them. Then I have got... Right, so I'm gonna have to put in... I haven't finished putting in pictures for some of these. So I've got the James Webb Telescope pattern. I saw someone doing it in my stitching group, and there was a particular part of it, I think it was the Pillars of Creation, that looked really cool. I'll stick a picture of it in here specifically. But yeah, I had to get that. So that was a stitch along from Climbing Goat Designs. And yeah, that was really cool. I had to have that. So here we've got Cricket Collection. These also I have not put in pictures in. I need to do them properly. I have this cross stitch Christmas tree skirt that I would like to do at some point. The next one I have is these winter houses from Cross Stitch Patterns with 1T. It's a really beautiful one. But again, I think I will stick in a proper picture. I have these, the Lily of the Valley and the Snow Cat pattern from Cross Stitch TR. These again, I bought these really early on when I was new to cross stitch and I didn't really know what I was doing. So I have them. I don't know if I'll stitch them. I've mentioned before I'm doing a custom pattern of my daughter's name, so that's what that is. I've already done my son. I need to do hers. These are from, I think these are from Thread Geeks. So Starry Fantasy and Starry Supernatural. They're no longer available on that site. Unfortunately, I saw them that they were being retired and I had to grab them. But yeah, they're, Starry Fantasy being Final Fantasy VII, like one of my all-time favorite games. It was basically what made me a massive nerd. And then Supernatural, obviously from the Supernatural show. I love that show, and I had to have it. And speaking of, I have this one from Dirty Cuss Stitch, an interesting Etsy shop name. But yeah, I want to do that one specifically in this version, because the original version I think is like red and white, but I want this like white and blue on black. It looks really cool. I have some freebies from Doreen Jones that I think it's still up on her Facebook page. You could grab it there. It's quite a cute little one. Then I have these from Emma Congdon. She also goes by Stitchrovia on like Etsy and stuff. So this one, that's the Not All Those Who Wander Are Lost. That one I want to have with the city patterns, because I feel like that's sort of like the travel kind of thing. And you can see I like traveling, because there's the other ones that are like A Journey of 1,000 Miles Begins with a Single Step and Open Your Heart to New Adventures, which are both travel themed. And I just love her style. It's a very specific style, but it's very cool. And then I have the Christmas pudding one. I just really like the, again, style, and it's Christmassy and I love Christmas. Then I have the Plants and Petrichor Sal from Fine Frog Stitching. That's a really cool one. They have some other sals, like there was a previous one. What was that? It was like a femurs and fungi. That's what it was. That was a really cool one. So it was like mushrooms growing on bones and stuff. Really cool. I need to buy that one at some point. I signed up for the Plants and Petrichor Sal, and it's kitted up, but I haven't started it yet. Then I have another Zelda pattern, Master Sword and Ocarina of Time from Glitch Stitch AU. I really like this pattern, it's very pretty. And I will stitch it someday, but who knows when. Then we have Hannah Alexander. So, these are all from Make It Pink. The artist is Hannah Alexander, who made the artwork, and Make It Pink converted it. So, if you've seen my previous videos, you know that I'm doing Midna, and she's in the same style as these Princess Zelda / Princess Hilda versions. And it's basically like a color conversion. It's like when you buy the pattern, it comes with that color conversion. It's just one pattern for all the princesses. And then there's Link, so you can get blue Link and green Link. I don't know if I'll ever do both, but I definitely want to do at least one. We'll see someday when I'm an old lady, because I do not have time for all of this. And then there's Mifa. She's also from Legend of Zelda. She's from Breath of the Wild. I do love that pattern, but she's not like my favorite character or anything, so she's quite low on the list of things to do. I then have these three from Heaven and Earth Designs. You can see a pattern here. They're all black cats. I love black cats. I love cats in general. I'm a cat person. I had cats growing up. I want to have a cat. Maybe someday, we'll see. But yeah, they're all Lisa Parker patterns. So I might try at some point starting them, because they're one of my few like full coverage patterns. I don't do a lot of full coverage ones. Then I have these from Ivy Dollamore. These are from Unconventional Cross Stitch that converted the artwork. Ivy Dollamore has some really gorgeous artwork, and they seem to be being slowly converted. I think mostly by Unconventional Cross Stitch. There was another site that was also doing some, but I can't remember off the top of my head. I got mine from Unconventional Cross Stitch. So yeah, Herbalist Helper with a little ferret, very cute, and then the Rose Library with the like witches with lots of color in them. They're very cute. Then I have this pattern by Kits by SA Stitch. She is one of my favorite Etsy shops. That's where I got my dragon pattern from that I did last year, and made 4 sets of them and 2 dice trays, and it almost killed me because it was a lot to do, and I'm not a monogamous stitcher. But yeah, I've got that one from her that I will probably do at some point for my mum, to go into. We have like a family house up in the middle of nowhere in Iceland, and it would go quite well there. But yeah, someday. Not anytime soon, I don't think. I have this Japanese landscape from Light Unicorn Designs. Again, I think this is like AI. It's not a great pattern. It will probably not get stitched, but I have it. Living on the Rainbow. She is a Ukrainian pattern designer, and she is the one who got me started on the Cricut Collection mittens, and she has done some of her own versions, which I bought some of from her Etsy shop. She has some on her Etsy shop, and she does also have a few freebies on her her own personal website, which I think I have the patterns for somewhere, but I don't actually have them on my Notion. I need to add that. Then I have Mia Stitch. So I have this watercolor black cat silhouette from Mia Stitch, which is really beautiful. She again does some like really beautiful, intricate patterns. And then I also have the Rivendell pattern that is part of the set of 3 that includes Shire and Mordor, which if you've been watching my videos, you have seen those before. Let's just make it pink. These again are some simple Lysandra gifts. I bought these really early on when I was first discovering Etsy. I doubt I'll ever stitch them, but they're there. I have Gamer Nouveau from Medusa Dollmaker. I do not have the Gecko Rouge version. They unfortunately retired it before I had a chance to buy it. I have her own version. She charted it herself. And from what I've heard, I haven't started it, obviously it's in my stash. From what I've heard, it seems to be alright. There was some initial, shall we say, missteps where she didn't have, like, she only had a very small amount of colors in there and it was a bit blocky, and yeah, but it seems to be fixed now as far as I'm aware. So yeah, obviously it's like the Gamer but in like an Art Nouveau style, and I really like it, so at some point I will stitch that. Then I have Needle Lot Designs. I haven't put in the Book Dragon picture. I need to do that. But yeah, I bought these recently. You all have seen them in, I think it was my previous video. So yeah, I got the Arctic Fox, Book Dragon, and Moon Bunny. Yeah, those are those 3. Then I have these from Needleminder Layer. I love her patterns. She has so many cool, like, nerdy patterns. Lots of them from Final Fantasy. These are all from Final Fantasy. 2 different games. Aerith and Red 13 and the 7th Heaven Bar are from Final Fantasy 7. And then Renoa is from Final Fantasy 8. And she has lots of these, like, kind of in the pixelated style patterns. So yeah, I really want to do them. I've been thinking about starting the 7th Heaven Bar. I'm just not sure what fabric to do it on. I'm thinking about the fabric. I'm thinking I kind of want to do on like a dark fabric. I know I'm a masochist. Or potentially on this kind of greeny bluish kind of fabric, basically to go with the kind of stuff. I think I'm going to put in a picture, a sort of screenshot of the like cover of the game, so you can get the kind of color I'm thinking about. So I'm thinking of doing that in the background, or some kind of like I say, dark kind of grayish, grungy kind of look, because the setting of that game is very sort of grungy, grayish kind of thing. So yeah, I'm thinking about doing something with that, but that is something that will come at a later point. I have this one from Nenny Sweet Patterns. This is another one that's like, I bought it ages ago. I don't think it's a great pattern. I know better now, but yeah, it's another Zelda pattern. I have this rabbit pattern from Nonstop Stitch, so I'm not planning to stitch that specifically. What I am doing is I've made a custom pattern. I think I've mentioned this before. I had my daughter's name turned into a pattern. I've since then, I wasn't super happy with it, so I've kind of adjusted things myself, and I've added these rabbits sort of dotted around her name, so I want to do that. If you've been here long enough, you will know that I did a similar thing with my son's name. That one is already finished. I do still need to frame it. That one was his name with construction vehicles around it. I do have a little crochet thing in here. I have some other crochet patterns. I haven't actually put them in here. I don't know if I want them in this, or whether I want to keep this just stitchy, but I did put that crochet pattern in there. We'll see. Then I have these 4 from Pink Lily Patterns. I think I bought them on a whim quite a while ago. They are very big, so I don't know if I'm gonna do them. Maybe at some point, because I do like I like the colors in like the dining outside and the garden at night. I mean, I like them all. They're pretty pictures. That is the Priscilla Hillman that I think I've already talked about at the start of this video. And yeah, I talked about the Prairie Santa and the other ones. So Satsuma Street, you will have seen I have a bunch of her Pretty Little City patterns. So the only one I haven't started from her is Pretty Little London. I do, like I think I've said before, I do want to get them finished. Because I've had them ages and I want to get them done. Then I have a bunch of Shannon Christine patterns. I might stick in just a whole picture of the whole finished pattern. So I signed up for her Christmas club. Had it for just over a year. So I've got the 2024, which is these mugs. They're really cute. And then I also I had continued this year, but I recently decided to stop because I wasn't super feeling it. And side tangent, I signed up for a Patreon for Chrisabug, who is an artist on well, Instagram and Patreon and stuff. Because I think I've mentioned that I've been going down a bit of a rabbit hole of interest in I got Procreate on my iPad, so I've been following tutorials and stuff and having fun. So yeah, I'm part of her Patreon now, so I get access to a load of drawing tutorials, which I've been having fun with, and I also get some, I might stick in a picture of, you get like a monthly little, get some artwork and a sticker from her, so I'll stick that in. But yeah, so I've started that instead of the Shannon Christine club. Maybe at some point I'll go back to Shannon Christine. I'll see what her club is next year like. We'll see. I wasn't super feeling the latest ones. Then I have this one. I'm sure, did I just buy that one? I thought I'd bought two from Stitching Julia. Maybe I just bought one. But basically this one is that I'm planning to do for my mom. I don't think she watches this video, so I know she's on my Instagram because she likes my posts sometimes there, but I don't think she watches my videos, so hopefully she doesn't see this. Although she kind of knows about it anyway, but she's probably forgotten about it. But yeah, my mom's an interior designer, and she has a very specific style. So I got this sort of architectural pointillism pattern. I'll stick in like a little close-up of it because it is literally pointillism style. So it's just black crosses, and you can see that they're literally just like, if it was a painting, it would just be little dots, and then you stand back and it makes a cool picture. So yeah, I'm planning to do that at some point for her. Then I have this one from Stitchora. She has a series of these like really cool tree patterns. I've only got this one so far, but I want to get the rest of them from her at some point. They're really pretty. I really like them. But yeah, once again, a bit more for I will do it at some point. I had to get this one from the Chromatorium, the Tism Riz one, because I am autistic, and I thought it was funny, so I bought that one. I have a bunch of these animal patterns from the Little Stitchery. They're like watercolor style animals that, yeah, I'll do at some point. I don't know when that is going to be, though. Probably the first one I'll do is this watercolor rabbit one, because I've kind of promised my daughter that. She loves rabbits. She has a stuffy rabbit that's called Rabbit, and is the most tattered looking rabbit you've ever seen. And then I also have these from the Stitch Patterns, which you can see are clearly meant to be in kind of the same style, but I don't think they're as good, so I probably won't stitch them. So yes, I also have these like construction vehicle ones from the Stitch Patterns. Some of these are quite cool. I like the shading on like the excavator and the cement truck. Sadly, I don't think I will ever do them because my son's kind of outgrown that stage. He does still kind of like construction vehicles, but I think he's getting past the age of it being a thing, so sadly I don't think I'll do them, but they are pretty. Next I have this Assassin's Creed pattern from Tilton Crafts. I love Assassin's Creed. I've played not all of the games, but a load of them. There's not a lot of Assassin's Creed patterns out there. This is one of the only ones I found. So yeah, I had to grab it when I saw it. I'm not wild about the background to it, but I like the main character, so maybe I'll just do just the character, but we'll see. At some point. It's another one of those at some point. And the last one I have is the Vivster's Quaker flags. This one I really want to do at some point. But this one is I definitely want to do these soonish. So as you can see, it's the Icelandic flag and the Union Jack of the UK. And so I wanted to have that sort of representing our little family, seeing as we're a mix of Iceland and the UK. Hello everyone, it's Future Anna. It is now the 2nd of August, and I'm so sorry that video took so long to edit. I've literally finished it today, a few minutes ago. I think it was a combination of struggling with editing together the video with me talking and the video that was the screen recording of my iPad. But I got it done. It's done. So I hope you enjoy it. I'm really sorry it took so long to get out. I will hopefully not take so long next time. But yeah, so thank you very much if you made it to the end. And yeah, have a nice August. Bye.